Hey, my name's Austin. I'm the chief mathematician here at LTV Numbers. In this video, we're going to be talking about what UTM tracking is and how you could use it for your business. So let's get started. Now, as a marketer, I used to always ask myself this question. Where are my leads and sales coming from? Because you see, I know I knew my marketing is generating leads and sales, but I can't tell where they're coming from. You need a way to track the source of your leads and sales. And later on, I found out that UTM tracking is the system to address this exact issue. So, what is UTM tracking? It's a system to group traffic into these bins. And these bins could be platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, email, or you could take it a level deeper, individual Facebook ad campaigns, or deeper, ad sets, or deeper ads. On Instagram, we could look at story clicks versus the link in your bio. On email, we could look at broadcast email versus autoresponder emails, or deeper in the individual email in a sequence. On YouTube, we could look at ads versus organic videos, or deeper, ads before the video and during the video, or links in the description versus the end of video cards versus the in video annotations. So imagine being able to track how many leads and sales come from each of these traffic bins. Well, it's possible. UTM tracking is the system to do it. Now, it might sound complicated to make it all work, but it's actually just as simple as making a URL. You don't actually need a technical background to understand this. A UTM parameter is simply a snippet of simple text that you can add to the end of at the end of a URL to bin the traffic so leads and sales can be assigned back to the source. UTM tracking gives us 5 bins to work with: the source, the medium, the campaign, the term, and the content. Now, these are just 5 different dimensions, and these names actually don't really matter. What actually matters is how you assign values to these parameters. And there are certain conventions to make your life a lot simpler. So a UTM code, it would look something like this. You have your website URL, your post title, and then after that you have a question mark. UTM source equals Google, and the ampersand sign. UTM medium equals social. Now, don't worry about the question mark and the ampersand sign. Google gives you a tool to help you build the URL. And this is the link, Google UTM Builder. It's very simple, and this is your URL. It has a place to input your campaign source, your campaign medium, campaign name, which are required because these 3 parameters are the ones that are most commonly used. And then you have the optional campaign term and campaign content. Campaign term and content are used in addition to the first 3, if you want more insights. Now, there are 5 UTM tags with a hierarchy as defined by the builder. They are campaign source, UTM source, which identifies the source of the traffic. So for instance, the search engine, the newsletter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, email, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever the source of the traffic is. And then you have UTM medium, or your campaign medium, which is the medium that sends the traffic. So that's like your email, your blog post, your podcast, your socials, your retargeting. And then you have UTM campaign, which is your campaign name. It's used to identify a particular campaign being run. So let's say an email campaign sequence or a Facebook ad campaign. This is used to group links into an overall campaign. So that's like a name of a promotion, like Christmas sale. Then you have the optional ones, UTM term and UTM content. UTM term identifies any keyword terms used to refer to the traffic. Now, this is used mainly in pay-per-click ads where you're bidding on keywords, and it's really only relevant when your source equals your search. And then you have UTM content, which is used to differentiate different ads, which point to the same URL. And this is determined by the nature of the content in order to tell links apart that go to the same page. So for instance, the values are email 1, email 2, education, funny, entertainment. And now just a quick reminder of what values are, because I don't think I talked about it earlier. Values are the things that go after the equal sign. So let's say UTM source equals YouTube, and YouTube is your value. So how do we use these UTM codes? First, you decide on values for each of the bins that you would like to use for each place where you have links to opt-in or sales funnels. And make the values simple and easy to recognize using the conventions described in this video. Second, you generate the URLs with the UTM parameters using the Google tool. And then third, you place the URLs in your ads, your emails, your Instagram bio, your YouTube videos, wherever is appropriate for you. And then at the end, this is what your URL should look like, where you have your site, your page, question mark, UTM source equals Facebook. That tells us our traffic is coming from Facebook. And then we have UTM medium equals CPC. So the medium which is sending it through is called CPC. UTM campaign is spring sale, which is the name of the campaign. UTM content, which is shoe ad. So it's the shoe ad specifically. And also, if you don't want to use the tool, you can also just manually add it to your URL. It works the same way. And the important thing is that you need an analytics tool to help track those leads and sales stored in the UTM bins. So let's get to the tool to show you an example. This is a UTM source. Now, when you have your UTMs, you can see that they start to get tracked over here. For, in this case, the sources. So email, website, do these funny affirmations, and AdWords. And then, for your UTM medium, this client has email, organic, CPC, and banner. And then also, it's not only for LTV, sorry, I forgot to clarify. It's for revenue, you see it here, for your AOV as well, for your acquisition, for your time to first order. Same goes for your medium. It just tracks whatever your medium is, your campaign medium. And then if we go to UTM Campaign, which is the name of the campaign, you can see the names over here reflected in the LTV graph, revenue, the AOV, acquisition graph, and time to first order graph. Now for content, APIC, CPH, Money Morning, it's being tracked because of the UTMs. The UTM values. And then same for UTM term, where it becomes more specific. And again, just a quick reminder, UTM term and UTM content are optional. The ones that are extremely relevant are source, medium, and campaign. So that kind of pretty much sums up the video. And UTM tracking it's a really easy process. The most important part is having a tool to track it and to analyze your data. So if you're interested in learning more, make sure to book a call with us. We have a link on this page and in the video description. And that's pretty much it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I'll talk to you guys soon.